I got so many fake friends. Oh my god, I hate them. I spray them with my ray gun and take one vacation. I got so many fake friends. Oh my god, I hate them. I spray them with my ray gun and take one vacation. Escape them.
Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anywhere you are in the world. I'm here with Chiebuka Itanyi and Fiyin Amosu, and they are the co-founders of On The Side. On The Side is an entrepreneurial platform that basically peels away the perceived secrets to entrepreneurship, that gives new entrepreneurs the opportunities to learn from old entrepreneurs and to learn the tricks of the trade to be successful, etc. Now, before we get into the precise nature of the platform, we're going to ask all those questions. First things first. So for most of you who don't know, I actually know you guys. It's funny because I know Ebuka through my sister from Loyola, and I know Fiyin from all the way from primary school. Actually, it must be something like crazy, like 15 plus years now.
Yeah.
But that will actually segue into my question, because obviously, before even getting into how you guys know each other, it's all part of a continuous journey that I'm going to ask about now. So the question is, your career journey from the beginning, wherever you class that as, until now, what is that journey and how has it led you to this point?
Okay, Fiyin, would you like to start?
I mean, I guess I can. Where would I start my career journey? Okay, I probably wouldn't start it all the way back from primary school. So I'll probably start it from undergrad. So I did my undergrad in accounting and finance at the University of Warwick. And very, very quickly realized that accounting wasn't something that I wanted to do. So that then started me on the journey of trying to figure out what it was I actually really enjoyed. And so I did a placement year working in a small consulting company as a business analyst. And I really liked like the problem solving side of it and how small businesses run, how you kind of are able to get stuck into every different part of the business and you're not just kind of, siloed into one area because that's the area that you've been recruited into. So I really enjoyed that. And so I went back to my final year with the mindset of, okay, I think I want to do consulting, but I want to make sure that, the things that I'm doing for my modules put me in a place where actually if I do go and work for a small company, I can help in different areas. So I started doing modules like, business process improvement, supply chain management, entrepreneurship, to name a few. And I really enjoyed it. And so I guess fast forward to when I graduated, I joined a consulting company on the grad scheme, did 2 years there doing a range of projects, which were basically, business analysis, project management, like train the trainer type roles. And I don't know how, but I think somewhere in that, okay, I guess I had friends who were starting on their business journeys, and I realized that I was very good, not to toot my own horn, and I hope that I am actually very good and I'm not just, listening to hype from close friends. But I realized that I was really good at like helping people to actually take their business ideas from idea to, a stage where it's launched as some sort of reality and thinking about, okay, so now that we are at this point where we can launch something, how do we then begin to grow it? And I really enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed all the other stuff that I was doing at work. And so I quit my job and I decided to apply for a master's, and I did my master's at Imperial College Business School, which is where I met Chiebuka, but I'm sure he'll tell you all about his career path. And did a master's in innovation, entrepreneurship, and management. And I absolutely loved it, fell in love with it completely. During my master's, I was basically found by this small consulting company again. But the difference was they were very new. They'd been running for, I think, about a year at that point, and they said, look, we like the fact that your background is innovation. We really want you to come in and like help with that aspect, but also do business analysis because that's your area of specialty. And the organization they entered, they work specifically with public sector organizations, which for me made it even better because for me, I'm always thinking about how I'm helping the average person, you know. So doing projects that were helping public sector organizations meant that I could see what the final output was of what it was that these massive projects were doing. And then on the side, I was, you know, helping people write business plans, helping people, you know, create business strategies for their new businesses, and really enjoying it. And then Ibuka reached out to me. I remember he was doing on the side as a separate thing, which I won't go into because I'm sure he'll touch on that. But he reached out to me and he was like, "You're Fiyin, I'm, you know, thinking of pivoting in this direction and I would really like to have you on board." And of course I jumped on the opportunity because I thought it was absolutely amazing and I 100% believe in what it is that we're doing. But I'll stop there. I think that that is a very brief, maybe not so brief, tour or timeline of my career so far. So Ibuka, over to you.
Lovely. Okay. So yeah, first of all, yeah, you are completely 100% right. You are good at what you say you are doing, like the starting from the beginning, helping people start from the beginning, going all the way to the end. You are good at that. Don't worry, you're not to the own horn, but I think you are at least. Maybe I'm biased, but yeah. So my career path has not been straightforward at all. So going back all the way to, I think my entrepreneurial kind of desire started even before I came into uni. So after A levels, like literally after I ran the last exam, I was actually like, this was a setting. I tell people this a lot, but they don't believe me. But I was literally just sitting on my bed and I was just thinking about life. Like do I just get a career and then like I don't want to just do the straightforward linear thing that everybody else does. So I was just like, you know, let me just start my own thing, whatever. If it fails, you know, whatever. So after A levels, I started something called Adalu, which actually ended up being quite popular. I was in our things, like it was basically like this Nigerian themed accessory brand. So like, yeah, it really, really blew up. But when I came into LSC, I can't kind of like scale it down because I wanted to obviously do well in uni and everything. So and things are just getting too complicated at that point. And then also I was like this standalone team. So it was just a whole thing. But that was kind of like the period where I was really interested in entrepreneurship. During LSC, I was working in a lot of startups. Three different startups. I just worked with them like from time to time. And then when I graduated in 2020, decided to do a master's at Imperial in entrepreneurship because I was absolutely in love with entrepreneurship. That's actually what I've always wanted to do since that point, from after A levels. And then yeah, in Imperial, that's where I met Fiyin, you know, and then after kind of like Imperial, I just went into consulting, kind of typical thing. But then after consulting, when I came into Amazon, so there was a point in time where before I started at Amazon and after I left the first consulting firm I was working with, I just started something because like I had time on my hands. And the way I am is I literally just like I can't sit in one place. Like I'm always just just looking for what's the next thing to do kind of thing. So I started on the side, not necessarily as it is in its like in current state, but I started it as just like a kind of like I don't even know how to call it, just some thing where I'll just teach people like about side hustles and everything. Because I think to myself, people want to start businesses, they want to start something, but they just don't know how to, right? And then a few months later, I kind of pivoted onto this current thing. And then, yeah, like Fiyin said, I brought her on board because even at that current state, how it was originally, Fiyin was really helping, and I could just see the enthusiasm. I was like, yo, this is this is the right person. And also like, yeah, Fiyin is a good friend of mine. We get along. So I was just like, yeah, man, why not? It's always good to have a co-founder that you're actually friends with. So why not? So yeah, that's how it's kind of been, at least my career path has kind of been. So not straightforward at all. I'm very all over the place. Yeah.
I have a surprise for you. I'm actually glad you mentioned your clothing brand, Adado, your accessory brand. If you saw me like going to the side, I was reaching for something. So I wasn't like doing anything. I still have it with me.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you still have that.
Wow.
That is
yeah.
That's crazy. Yo. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's one of my stuff.
I can vouch for it. I can vouch for the entrepreneurship, trust me. And
oh man.
I'm actually glad that I'm actually glad we're talking about consulting, because I'm a consultant myself of like a very different kind. I'm actually working development consulting, for those that don't know, financial, social, economic inclusion, etc., like Gates Foundation type of things. And one thing Fiyin said that really like resonated with me was the end-to-endness of it. That's kind of the thing about it that's very interesting, even though it's very different from management consulting. It's the same thing. You have to basically figure it out well enough to fix it, and then use that experience to go into your next project and your next project on your next project, until you're so reputable that people come to you for their problems about things that you learned on the fly. So it's crazy. And then like, now going back to the beginning, I talked about on the side, but I don't feel like I got everything. I don't feel like I got all the details. So if there's anything I miss, and even if there's anything that just hasn't come up now, going back to like that definition to give out this audience a clear idea of what on the side is, and even clearer idea than what's been talked about so far. Can you go into a bit more depth about what on the side in its current format is? You can even go back into a bit of the history for context if you want to.
Yeah, definitely. So just kind of like a one-liner to basically what On the Side is. So On the Side is a membership platform for entrepreneurs to essentially share like behind the scenes kind of, so to just share like their behind the scenes stories, right, with people that are willing to pay for that kind of information. So for example, and the reason why we started this is because I found there's a major problem, especially being like, I'll call myself a second time founder, like somebody that's tried to found a business before, right? That whole process was very messy. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't really have any, like, I didn't have any kind of guidance at all. It's even like a miracle that even ended up being a minor success in the way it was. I think it was just mainly just because of my tenacity, but it's more like, yeah, I didn't really have any guidance at all. I tried to reach out to people, nobody was really trying to speak to me and everything. And then interesting is when I went online, like where you go online to when it comes to business, everything is extremely generic. It's like it's so for lack of a better word, it can be so useless at times what you find online, right? And then so I just kind of thought to myself that, okay, this is the problem I've had, and having spoken to other people as well, this is the problem that other people have, because even according to research, the major reason why most businesses fail are two reasons actually. First of all, lack of funding, and secondly, just because they just don't know what to do, in a sense, like they don't have any like guidance, so they run into mistakes, right? So I was thinking to myself, okay, if somebody that's experienced can actually show somebody else without obviously like sharing too many secrets or whatever, can actually show somebody else, okay, this is what I did in order to get to this, right? I just thought to myself, like, that would be so easy, right? Just for somebody else to succeed. And then the better option will now be for the entrepreneur to actually get paid to do so. Because at the moment, there's no incentive for an entrepreneur to just tell somebody else. this is what I did after like 5 years of failing and doing this and failing and everything. Like, this is literally what I did, and take it for free. But like, there's literally no incentive to that, So that's kind of like, that's the problem that sparked the creation of On the Side, pretty much.
I think the only thing I'd probably add on to that is a different angle. So I think one thing that on the side does is it provides a community of like-minded people.
Yeah.
In the sense that yes, we're connecting experienced entrepreneurs to budding entrepreneurs, but within that same network, you have people who are kind of going through that same journey with you and asking those same questions. And I think um, that is very important in itself. In the same way that, in your day-to-day life, it's always good to have people around you that are at the same stage of life as you and kind of understand what it is that you're going through and can relate with that. It's also important in business to know that, I'm not the only one that's struggling, or there are other people that actually, want these same questions answered. I'm not stupid. This is normal.
Yeah.
So I think that sense of community as well is something that I think is really key, that we're providing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Very nice, unique insights, especially like I didn't even look at it from that angle myself when I was researching these questions, because I was looking at it from a demand side and a supply side perspective. I didn't even think of that demand side and demand side link where they are almost supplying each other. Like you could say it's camaraderie, you could say it's information sharing, like
Yeah,
iron sharpening iron, for lack of a better
exactly.
phrase.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
bro.
perspective to look at it from. But now looking at it from like back from, sorry to like revert to type, but both the demand and the supply side now. One thing that I was actually very curious of, because there was a video you released on LinkedIn when you were doing the campaigning, etc., the advertising. You talked about should I say breaking when breaking it down, uh, whether it was one of on your personals or on the actual LinkedIn page itself. You said that as of right now, or as of then, a lot of your entrepreneurs were based out of Nigeria. Do you mean, is this on the demand side, on the supply side, or both? And I'll just save the follow-up question to after this.
Okay, yeah. So the main, if I'm being very honest, is the main reason why we first of all decided to focus on the Nigerian market is actually, well, two reasons. Well, first of all, like we're Nigerian, right? So it's like let's try and help out Nigerians. But then the second kind of reason was more, I'd say, more kind of like legal reasons, because both of us at the moment we're both kind of like skilled workers at the moment, right? And
Not
oh
both of us.
oh, you're not?
No, I'm British.
Really? Since when?
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
oh,
had this conversation before.
have we? Oh wow.
Yeah,
What? Oh, this changes everything. Wait, maybe I was, maybe I don't know. Maybe I was.
we've
Okay.
definitely had. We'll pick it up at a
Yeah.
different
Okay. Okay.
time.
Okay. Okay. We'll pick it up.
Brainstorming in
Okay.
real
Well.
time, people.
Yeah. Well. Interesting. This actually changes everything, because the main reason in my head was that because of legal reasons and like setting up a business, whatever, you kind of have to. We kind of had to set up in Nigeria. But the truth is that even as this revelation has come to light,
It doesn't. It
this.
doesn't change much, to be fair.
Oh, really?
In
Doesn't.
terms of the legal side of things. So, to own and run a business in the UK, I think the limitations on the type of visa that you can be on, to be very honest. And so even even if it was, one person is British and the other person is not, that limitation is still there legally, because we're both running the business, we're both, directors in the organization. So there's that side of it. But as Ibuka was saying, that is not the sole reason. It is part of the reason, but it's not the sole reason.
Yeah. So yeah. So just to answer your question, conjunction of two reasons. So first of all, like more of the legal stuff of, oh, both of us have to actually be kind of like British in order to have our headquarters here. So that's why we decided to choose Nigeria. And then secondly, because obviously we want to just try out the Nigerian market, try and help people, try and really, really push for that. Because the truth is, Nigeria is very entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
There's actually so much going on, especially in the world of tech. I was following Lagos. What was it? Is it Tech Week or something that's happening in Lagos? And there's like this whole thing. There's so many startups coming out of Nigeria. Mainly like obviously like fintech and etc. But there's just so much going on. So I feel like it's like, why not? This is a golden opportunity for us to really like aim and target the Nigerian market. And then the beautiful thing about on the side is that it doesn't matter what we launch, actually, you can just grow from there and just expand into anywhere else, right? So yeah, those are the reasons.
I don't think I have much to add on to that. I think, the key there is Nigerians are very entrepreneurial. It doesn't matter the age.
Yeah.
They're very, very entrepreneurial. And I think there is, especially now in this economy, and especially with the lack of, jobs, especially with people our age, and people younger that are just coming out of university, a lot of people are turning to, right, what can I actually do and set up myself that will help me make money? So it makes sense.
I got so many fake friends. Oh my god, I hate them. I spray them with my ray gun, then take one vacation, escape them. Been A1 since day one, so don't waste your hate on me. Can't take the weight from me. Focus on pay, homie. Real niggas, they know me. Respect my vibration. Vamos from the